Happy Tuesday to everyone. We've got Facebook people here and clients and members, and we're just so happy to have you here at our Tip Tuesday training. And you may be watching this on a day that's not Tuesday because we save these and share them in our library. So we've got Jared, head of product, and we've got Bianca, head of marketing, here to give you some training on events today. But before we get started, I just want to answer a question that I've seen come through Facebook the last week, and it's where and how do I get help? I think anywhere you're dealing with tech and you get stuck, you want to know, where can I go to find the answer to my question? And we have several different avenues, and I just want to make sure you are aware of where you can go and get all the Skipio help that you need. So the first place we want to direct you to is your dashboard. This is when you log into your account. Every single user, freemium, essentials, premium, partners, you all have access to this dashboard. So when you log into your account, you will see a good afternoon with your name. Welcome to your Success Center. If you look to the left, you will see something called the Skipio Starter Guide. We've joked around, this is in essence your Skipio Bible. Any and everything you need to know to get started with your Skipio account is in this starter guide. So we always direct traffic here first.
Yep.
If you are unable to find help here, we want to invite you to come back to this Facebook group. We're taking all of our demo videos, any video that we've created, and we will post it in that very first message at the top of all of our Facebook groups. The Skipio business, where you're watching this now, is just one, but we post these in YouTube and in all of our different industries. So go ahead and look there for our demo videos. If you are still stuck and you need help, go ahead and shoot our support team an email. The email address is support@skipio.com. So those are the three, but I highly recommend to utilize this help center that is built right into your dashboard, and it is filled with campaigns and tips and tricks and all the how-tos that you need to know.
Yeah,
so,
and it's important to mention that the fastest way to get support is going to be going to your Success Center.
Yes.
We're actually going to
name it.
No, we're going to be rebranding this to be the Help Center.
Yes, because this is what it is.
Yep. And so we've got tutorials, campaigns, some releases in here. You can search for things. So if you're trying to do events,
which we're talking about today.
Which we're talking about today. Look, we've got a bunch of articles about events and messaging around events. There's lots of great things in here. This is the fastest way. Again, feel free to email support, but don't expect a response for at least 24 hours.
Yeah, it's a 24-hour response. And the reason that is because we have truly spent years building out a help center that truly should answer every question that you have. Of course, if you have technical difficulties, we'll get to you right away. But just those simple how-tos and how to navigate your system, it should be here. And I love that Jared brought up this search bar, because you can type in any question or keyword that you have a question with, and an article or a how-to will pop up. So he typed in events, and as you can see, what we're talking about today is actually in our help center, but we're going to give you a little bit more in depth of how to set up an event campaign. And I don't know about you, but I used to be in the event industry.
Oh, really?
For 4 years, I ran events, and I cannot tell you how much time this one little tool would have saved me. It would have saved me days. Because when you are setting up an event and you need to invite people to get into your event, we were using email and we were using postcards to get people to call in and register. And then to get a reminder to everybody to get them to come to the event. Again, we were totally dependent upon email and phone calls to remind people to come. And then after the event, you want to give some kind of follow-up and thank them for coming, or remind them about a certain call to action you might have had at the event. Again, we relied on email and phone calls, and there was only 4 of us that ran that event company, and it was so time consuming. With Skipio, I could have done it in 5 minutes. I could have invited hundreds of people, sent them an RSVP, reminded them the day before the event, and then sent a follow-up. So today, that is what we're going to show you how to do, whether you're in direct sales or you've got a launch party, or you have an open house, or just some party at your home that you need to get people to and remind them this is the campaign for you.
Yes. So when we say event, we also mean appointment.
Yes,
Appointments,
this could be an
events,
appointment
so
reminder.
any business, and your business probably has some sort of scheduling feature that you do, whether it's having people come in for consultations, or you're doing a party, or you just want to remind someone about a sales phone call. What we're talking about today is perfect for you. And it's a continuation of what we talked about last week with drip campaigns. Today we're talking about appointment reminder campaigns and event campaigns, which are the same thing. So let's go ahead.
I want to add one quick
Yeah,
little stat, marketing stat. Just a text reminder right before an event, it could be the day before or the hour before, increases your show rate of up to 75%.
Really?
Sending them just a message reminding them of their appointment. I mean, remember the days when you would make a dentist appointment and then you'd never hear from the dentist again? People forget. So just sending that via text increases that by 75%.
Oh,
so
that's
this
awesome.
is really vital to your business.
Yeah, and the other thing that we see with this is when people get that reminder, if they can't make it, they're more apt to reschedule that appointment because they're communicating with someone right away.
Right, and that actually factors into that show rate because a lot of times people need to cancel and they don't have this reschedule option, so they just don't show up.
So let's jump in, and every Skipio account that gets created gets an appointment confirmation. This campaign we've created, even on freemium, you have this campaign, you have access to these events because they're super, super powerful. But there's something different about these reminder campaigns than there is about our drip campaigns. And so I want to show that right here. It's in the first message. You'll notice that we have different options for when we can send this message. So we've got a couple of options here. On drip campaigns, you just have wait minutes and then wait days. On our event campaigns and our reminder campaigns, we have immediately, then we have before the event, and you've got your hours and days, or after the event, and you've got hours and days. Because again, we know when this event is supposed to take place. We know if it's something that's happening this Friday at noon, we know that we can send a message the night before, one day before. We know that we can send it immediately once they've said, yes, I'm interested in this. And so this confirmation goes out immediately once they are added to this event. And we'll talk about adding to events here in just a few minutes. But I just want to talk about the differences between drip campaigns, which just drip out in the future, and events, which lead up to something. In this case, it's the appointment that they've set, or the party, or the event that they're coming to. So then the rest of our messages have this same thing. We've got before event, one day at 12 p.m. So this would be the day before the event, one day at 12 p.m. If I wanted to move this to 5 days before the event and 5 p.m., all I would do is do that. So 5 days before, they're going to get this. If I want to do this a week before at 2 in the afternoon, there we go. It's there. I'm sending them a message 7 days before something is about to happen, and they're getting it at 2 o'clock. And so I'll change this back to 1 day. I know some of you are going to ask, well, what happens if I have one of these, 7-day message reminders? What happens if someone gets added to this event after the 7-day mark? What happens? Well, that message actually just gets swallowed. We don't send that message because the context isn't the same for them. And so we just won't send any message. So that immediate message can kind of go at any time, and then it will just send whatever the next message is, or the next message it needs to be.
The time frame that you've set up.
Yep. So then we've got this message. It's an hour before. So 1 hour before the event. Hey, looking forward to meeting today. Talk to you soon. There's so much value in sending them a message beforehand. Because like Bianca said, some people will just forget. And so sending these reminders is super, super helpful. And then this last one, we've got a follow-up. This one actually goes after the event. 1 day later, so the next day, again, if your event's on Friday, this message is going to go Saturday at 10:28 in the morning. Okay, so it's a campaign in the sense that it's messages that build on top of each other. The main difference here is that we're leading up to something happening rather than just starting the campaign when they're added to the campaign. That's what drip campaigns do. You just add them and it drips out to the future. But an event campaign has a start time, has an end time, and therefore we can build messaging around that event. Okay.
Event in the middle.
Yep. So we've got our event campaign here. Again, this one was created for everyone to use. So feel free, you should have this in your account. You can find that when you're in the campaigns page by clicking on reminders and then appointment confirmations. And there it is. Got this campaign. So how do we actually get someone into this campaign? Well, we need to have an event. If we don't have an event, we can't use this campaign. So where do we get events? You get them from the Skipio calendar. Okay, and it's right here, create new.
Click.
We're gonna click that, and we're gonna talk about our event. And so we're gonna create a simple team lunch. And this is gonna be a team lunch potluck for Skipio. Okay, that's the description. We'll show you why that's important if you want to use that. If people are going to see this information, you want to use it. If they're not going to see it, then it doesn't matter. But we're going to say this is happening this Friday, and it's going to start not at 6:12 p.m. We're actually going to start it at
We'd like lunch in here.
At noon, yeah. So that's when it starts. It will automatically default 1 hour. Again, the ending time doesn't matter as much as the starting time, except for that.
Your follow-up,
yeah, that follow-up message.
Based on that.
It's going to be based on the ending time of your event. You can put your address here. You can pull in. Sorry, I need to turn off my. I've got a lot of addresses. City, state, and zip. And then if there is a host, so these are for this. We actually built this for some of our direct sales customers. It also works great if you're a personal trainer in the gym and you're hosting a class or you're teaching a class. You can put that information in there. I'll put my name in there. I'm our host of this event. And then I can choose
I love that you can add an image to this to really personalize, tailor that message to your event. So it's not just a text.
Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead. I'm just going to do a web search here and do potluck. It will load up. This is another great feature Skipio has. I don't know if any of you have utilized this before.
We really need to talk about that sometime because it's so neat. You can just
search
an image and add it to your campaign.
Yep, we'll do some gravy fries. I like that. Looks delicious. I'm going to choose that as part of my image. Okay, what we've just done is inside of Skipio, we've created an event. We have a name, and we have a time. That's the most important information. Okay, we added some other things like a host and an image. And now we get to say what campaign we want to utilize with this event. So that means whoever we add to this event will automatically be added to that campaign. Okay, I'm going to say that one more time. We're adding a campaign to the event so that anyone who comes to the event will automatically get the messages associated with that campaign. Okay, so I'm going to choose, you've got two options here, add a reminder campaign. And that means you're choosing one that you've already created.
Done. It's already in your library.
Yep, we've already got it there. So then we have this other option that says customize one that's existing. And this is a feature that we built because a lot of people didn't want to be building, they do the same types of events over and over. And so they didn't need to be creating these brand new campaigns for every single event.
Every single one.
And so we have this customized existing reminder campaign. It shows the same campaign, but then it gives you the option
to go in and edit it and put the necessary information you need to make it relevant to that
yes,
event.
to that specific event. Can't wait to see you at our potluck. Or thanks for registering for our potluck. Okay, so now I'm basically creating a version of this campaign that is only for this one event. And I'm changing the message. I like the skeleton of this, which sends it immediately. It sends it the day before. Hey, first name, don't forget about our potluck tomorrow. Hey, I know that I can say tomorrow because this is going one day before at 12 p.m. I'm actually going to send this in the evening because there's things that people need to bring. So I want to remind them in the evening rather than remind them right during the middle of the workday. I'm going to add, again, I have context here. Get ready for a feast. Okay, then I've got 1 hour before. Hope you're hungry. See you in an hour in the family room. What a lot of our customers do, they'll put like a Google Maps link in this message.
Give them specific directions so that they can find you.
Yep, a picture of what the front of your building looks like, a selfie of you saying, hey, when you get here,
look for me. This is what I look like.
Yep, or in direct sales, if you have a host or a hostess of your meeting, then you'll send a picture of the hostess or you with the hostess, or there's lots that you can do in this message. And again, this is just a normal campaign. So just like we said, you can pull your images into campaigns. You can do that here as well. And then we've got the follow-up. This is 1 day later. I'm actually going to change this to just be a few hours later rather than the next day. Thanks for coming. It was great having you. It was great to see you.
It was to see you.
It was to see you. It was to see you. This is why we have 4 eyes on this. It's great to see you today. Okay, then I save this.
Make sure you always save your campaigns.
Yep. And again, this campaign is now specific to this event. And this is the only time that I'll ever use this campaign. It just allows you to customize and personalize that messaging a little bit more. So the next thing I'm going to save this event. Okay. You notice that I didn't put any people in this event yet. Okay. I've got 0 attendees. If I already know who's coming to this, I can go back and edit, and I'm going to add.
You can add your contacts.
Add myself to this. And sure enough, boom, I'm there. It's automatically going to add me to the reminder campaign. You see that down here at the bottom. I'm going to get the immediate message, and then the messages will schedule based on the event.
But what if you don't know who's coming and you need to invite people, or you have a hostess that wants to send the link to all of her friends, or a gym member that wants to send it to all the physical, the trainers, clients.
So we actually give you this. This is called your invite link. Okay. It lives right here on every event that you create inside of Skipio. Okay. I'm just going to copy this and show you what it looks like in a brand new browser tab. It's meant to, it looks a little funny on the computer because it's meant to come on mobile. Okay, but it shows what the event is called. That's the name. It shows our description. And again, that's where we talked about if you were sending this to people, you want to use a description. It's got a date and time. I didn't put a specific location on here. So if I go back to my event, in fact, let's edit it and I can show you the changes.
We can add an address.
The Star Mill. This is our building. I don't know if any of you have searched for us on Google before, but we have a beautiful building. And so I actually want to put that there in my location. I come back to this guy and I refresh. And hopefully it brings in our new location.
Because we're live.
Yep.
See if we saved it.
I'll come back here. Thank you. Oops. Taking us to the wrong place here. All right. Well, it doesn't update the location. Sorry about that. Put the location in first time.
We're learning.
Yep. So if I want to then register for this event, I can click this button and it will give me just a very simple form
that
to
you
fill
can
out.
fill out.
So I'll put myself in here. Actually, I'm already in the event.
You are. So why don't you add me?
Okay. Bianca.
I want to come to your potluck.
Whoops. Are your callings?
That's okay.
That's
I'll be
good.
Collins today.
All right. Then we've got, sorry, I've got too many things showing up here. 1 second. We're going to add Bianca to this event. I'm going to put Bianca's number in here. Have Bianca put it in. Perfect. And email address.
Bianca@skipio.com. Now you can all contact me if you feel the need.
Yep, please do. By the way,
if you have any questions, comments, there you go.
Okay, we'll come back to, I'll hit register here and we'll come back to our share. And you'll see that Bianca's RSVP
I am
has been
RSVP'd
complete.
for the lunch. So now I am in that campaign.
Yep, she's in the
We'll
campaign.
get all of your reminders.
She's in the group. And I will be able to see on the calendar, whoa, what messages are going out when. Okay, so when I refresh this, you'll see we've got a message to Bianca. That's the immediate confirmation message that's going out.
Because I just RSVP'd, so it's going out right now.
Yep, and we've got this team lunch that's happening on Friday. And the night before, they're going to get messages. So we talked about a lot, and we went fairly quickly.
But we are recording these. and we'll save them and we'll put them at the top of our library. But what I would love is for our users to try this. When you have any appointment, any party that you think you could use this with, try it. Let us know if your show rate increased, because I promise you it will.
It absolutely will. And then some of you are going to say, well, what's the difference between an event campaign and a reminder campaign? They're actually the same thing. The only difference is that the event campaign is tied to something that is created outside of Skipio. So in this case, we created our event inside of the Skipio calendar. For those of you that are using Calendly or Acuity to create your appointments, these events, you would use an event campaign and tie it to your Calendly or Acuity account with our integrations. But again, the concept is exactly the same, that they have the immediate messages, the before and after messaging, and so you can send messages to them based on them scheduling for themselves outside of Skipio. Okay, and the reminder is for events that happen inside of Skipio, and we create those on the Skipio calendar by clicking Create New here. And you'll see Bianca's message already got scheduled for the 27th at 6 p.m. She's going to get a reminder to bring something to our potluck.
You'll have 75% more people showing up to your potluck.
Yeah, I won't
Friday.
be hungry. Guys, thank you so much for being with us today. Campaigns are a powerful tool. We hope that you use them. We hope that you find value in these videos. And again, if there's anything that you want to learn, reach out to us.
Message us. We will make sure, I guarantee you, we will add it to our Tip Tuesday training list. And go ahead and try this and let us know what your show rate was.
Yep. And if you need help with Skipio, again, go to the Help Center, then find us on Facebook. And then if for some reason you can't find the answer, which will be very rare, reach out to us.
Yes.
Guys, thanks so much. Hope you have a great one. We'll see you next week.